All right, Joey Star here. Just came back for some errands and knew I wasn't going to have much time to make myself a decent dinner. And I've been seeing these commercials lately for Burger King for ghost pepper chicken nuggets. And I decided, since I'm starting a journey to build up my heat tolerance with food, this is probably the first time you're going to hear me bring this up, but I have a specific quest in mind that I'm going to discuss in another video. But let's just say that part of that quest includes me retraining myself to eat hotter foods. There was a time where I started off pretty much as a lightweight. Taco Bell's mild sauce used to kick my ass. I mean, that's how weak of a palate I had for the hot stuff. And over the course of like a couple of years, I really built up a nice tolerance to move far beyond anything that Taco Bell had to offer. The thing about your tolerance for hotter foods is that, in my experience at least, it's kind of like working out. If you're doing it all the time and you're building yourself up, you can really handle some hot stuff. You really develop this nice tolerance to it. But then what happens is, if you're out of practice and you're not really eating that stuff anymore, and then the few times you do, it is like mild sauce from this place or that place, that tolerance tends to come back down. Not that I'm looking to participate in like a hot wing challenge or anything, but if I want to get hotter stuff, it's not as tolerable as it used to be. I'm okay with that for the most part because I come from the school of thought, at least these days, where I much prefer flavor over heat. I have nothing else to prove. Because of this special quest, I want to build my heat tolerance back up because I want to be able to hang with the big boys on this, and that's about all I'm going to say about it. So anyway, you've probably seen the commercial. Burger King has these chicken nuggets. They're called ghost peppers. Anyone in the know knows that ghost pepper is supposed to be the hottest pepper out there. I think it's pretty cool that mainstream fast food places now are starting to put out spicy items that actually have a little heat behind them. It used to be that the spiciest thing you get would be like fire sauce at Taco Bell, and I felt like they were pushing the envelope at the time as far as commercial places go. But now, like, Taco Bell even has their own Diablo sauce, which we will touch in another video. But at that point, it'll be part of that quest I was talking about. I should say, part of the training for that quest. I had to pick up some food anyway. I was like, you know what? Let me go through Burger King. I know it's out there for a limited time, and there's no time like a present. I mean, I need to practice filming videos like this anyway, so might as well get to it. First thing is, I'll admit right off the bat, I've mostly heard the commercials, not really seen them. So I haven't really paid attention much to these, other than once in a while I glanced and I looked and I saw they're here. I ordered a 4-piece, and these are probably a little cold, so I'm gonna give a little lenience there. Yeah, 4-piece. It fits in one of these. Real quick, I thought this was interesting. Of course, the bag has the Burger King logo. Duh, why wouldn't it, right? And I have some ranch dipping sauce. I really don't love their sauces. This was kind of like the least of the evils. If I had my own ranch sauce here, or better yet, blue cheese or whatever, home right now, I'm out. So otherwise, I would just use that instead. But got their ranch, and of course, it does have their little logo on there. Again, duh, why wouldn't they? Got a stack of their napkins. I didn't pick these napkins. I went to the drive-thru. They gave me all this for a sandwich and 4 freaking nuggets or whatever. But I've noticed that these napkins, they're about as plain as you can be. I mean, there's a little bit of a rigid pattern on here, but nothing to indicate that this came from Burger King. And it's surprising because my whole life I've seen Burger King's logo just kind of embroidered in here or just kind of pressed into the napkins, so you had no doubt these came from Burger King. Embroidered, there were times where you had a full color logo right on the napkin. Now, I do know that the Burger King that I went to is franchised to a private owner, so there's a pretty good chance that, especially after the pandemic and everyone's losing money, that cutting little corners like buying your own napkins with no logo on them whatsoever, it's probably saving them some money. Again, I'll give them a pass on that. It's actually a pretty nice Burger King. I'm not huge on fast foods. I mean, I like what I like. Burger King is not necessarily my favorite, but I like it. But not all Burger Kings are created equal. This particular one, years ago, they kind of sucked. But in the last couple of years, they've really stepped up. I don't know if it changed owners or there was some kind of training going on, but the point is, whenever I go there, the experience is pretty good. The people are really personable. They tend to get my orders correct, which puts them ahead of McDonald's in this area at least. Let's continue. So when I ordered these, I expected these really like bright red, spicy nuggets, probably because I'm thinking of Wendy's, but yeah, here it's a little bit more red than our regular nuggets would be. I guess I was picturing something that would be like smeared in sauce. Instead, it seems like when they breaded these, the breading just had a little bit of chili flavor in there. But if you look closer around here, you can see little bits of, you can see the chilies and the peppers and stuff, I guess. A little black stuff looks like peppers. If I went somewhere and ordered just regular nuggets and it looked like this, I probably wouldn't even suspect that they were supposed to be hot. So okay, 4 nuggets, and just put them out on the plate here. I'll open this right now. The other thing too, you can see they all pretty much look the same. There's barely an indication of any kind of extra spices or anything. They pretty much just look like regular nuggets, just a shade or two redder than what you would normally see. And if I put it up to my nose and take a whiff, it just smells like a regular Burger King nugget. to be honest. I mean, so far, none of my senses have perceived anything to indicate that this is hot, other than a slight reddish tint. All right, the first bite. Decent flavor. Okay, there's some kick coming on. It's a little dry, but again, I'll give them some credit. I ordered it from the drive-thru. It's 20 minutes to home. Then I had to put away my groceries and feed the dog. And okay, so as you can see here, I've eaten half of one, and there is some heat, but I'm not exactly running for my drink. In comparison to what you would normally get at a fast food restaurant, it's a little hotter than you expect, maybe by about this much. I'm just being honest here. Bear in mind, this is a dry nugget. I didn't dip it in anything. I do feel a little, I don't want to call it sting, because if I say there's a bit of a sting in my mouth, you're going to picture how hotter it is. It's just a little heat there. Despite excuse me, whoa. Despite the amount of barking threw into the background there. Thank you, Sam. No matter how much she barks, this isn't any spicier than what I just described. Just to give you a baseline, I haven't had their spicy chicken. I have had a spicy chicken sandwich with them before. This is about the same, maybe one level or half a level even. Just half a level hotter than a spicy chicken sandwich would come from them. If you had one of the more recent spicy chicken sandwiches from McDonald's, the breaded one, that I think is about as spicy as this. The McDonald's chicken sandwich, a spicier one, it is a little spicier than this, but the afterburn on this is a little stronger. So I guess I can give them that. So a little bit of an afterburn, but not much. I mean, I still didn't touch my drink yet. I am thirsty. Barely used my napkin. Maybe I'll drink some now just to kind of clear the palate, right? I'll try this one dipped in Burger King's ranch dressing. Okay. A generous portion here. There you go. Let me preface by saying that, again, I do like Burger King. There's certain things that Burger King makes that I like even better than McDonald's. There's some things that I don't like as much as McDonald's. And there's some stuff, hey, you know, there's some things that Wendy's puts out that I like better than both of them. Not knocking Burger King, but honestly, this ranch dressing, it's nothing special. I definitely would be using my own ranch if I had it run out. It's on my shopping list. As far as taste together, it doesn't taste bad together. It doesn't do anything to increase the heat. Although the burn in my mouth is a little stronger now, maybe because I've eaten 2 of these. So there is a little bit more there, but again, it's nothing like, oh, it's hot. It's not like that. It's just like, it's hot. It's spicy. Perfect example, my friend Greg, who you've seen in other videos, he's not into the spicy stuff like me. To him, if there's a little bit of black pepper, that's about as much as he's going to take. That's no knock on him. I'm just giving you an idea. So I think if he ate one of these, he might be like, ooh, yeah, you know, there's a bit of heat there, but he wouldn't be like, oh, I'd never eat that again. He'd probably be more concerned with the flavor than the heat. For something that's called ghost pepper nuggets, it's really not impressive. The one thing the ranch does do for this, even though the ranch isn't that great, is it does add a little bit of that much needed moisture that I was missing. Again, from the time they handed me the bags now, it's gotta be about 35 minutes. So I'm not gonna beat them up over a dry nugget. It's not horribly dry, just a little dry. I mean, there's some decent flavor. Honestly, if you took the heat off of this, it'd be a pretty good nugget. But here, it's edible. I wouldn't be making a special trip to Burger King to eat this, but if I'm already there and it's on promotion, especially if I can pay for it or pay for something else, use a promotion points, yeah, why not? But honestly, I feel like I'm getting an equal amount of flavor without the heat. Like at this point, the only reason to get this over regular nuggets is just because you want some heat. Not because it tastes better or not because it's like, you can't even use this to show off to your buddy, say, hey, I can take some heat. Nah. Not really. Like if you can't take this heat, you shouldn't be going around bragging about heat. That's all I'm saying. It's not a bad mix with the ranch. You know, I gotta admit, the ranch by itself is kind of but mixed with this, I think this improves the ranch a little bit, and in turn, the ranch might improve this just a tad. But a little bit of afterburn, not at the back of my throat or anything, just a little towards the back end of my tongue. If I was looking for a heat experience, I'd probably be adding some Tabasco. You know what? What the hell? It's the last nugget. Let's get creative. Got me some salsa picante sauce, hot sauce. Chipacho. It's nice. Got a nice authentic Mexican picante flavor to it. Just add a little bit here to the nugget. Want to see what it does. Tap it on there a bit. Not looking to desecrate Burger King's effort here. I want to see how the nugget handles more heat, that's all. I know where I'm getting with this. I picked my own poison. Roll this around here, make sure I got the sauce roughly distributed somewhat evenly. And let's give it a shot. Plain bite. It's hotter for obvious reasons. What the Chipacho has done for the nugget, besides make it hotter, it's really increased the afterburn. See now, this afterburn is closer to what I was expecting ordering this based on the commercials I saw. There's like 2 or 3 different commercials for these. And there's one where there's a DJ on there. He's just like, yeah, I'm gonna try these nuggets. And he's just like, wow, this is hot now. Obviously he's an actor. And some DJ gets on the radio, tries these, and he reacts that way. Drop the flag on that guy. He is full of it. I mean, if you're not used to spicy stuff, you're only gonna find it a little spicy. It's gonna be like a medium heat. Like you ever go to like a restaurant or a bar that like specializes in wings, they'll have mild, medium, hot. This here is the equivalent of like a low medium. I've been to some bars where the mild is hotter than this, so see, now I'm feeling it because of the Chipaccio. This is the experience I was looking for. See, now my nose is starting to run. Like the way the nuggets were, I could have had a 10-piece. My nose was never gonna run, except maybe to get the hell out of here away from these nuggets. I got the extra heat on there. Let's try that with the ranch. Let's take the Mexican sauce to the ranch. I gotta say, normally I don't like their ranch too much, even with the regular nuggets, but with the ghost pepper nuggets, got a nice compliment to it, flavor-wise. Obviously, it's not as hot with the ranch because it kind of cools it down a little bit, but still, this is making me drink my tea. Take my non-logo Burger King napkin. So that's it. That's my review of the Burger King Ghost Pepper Nuggets. Perhaps I saved you a couple of bucks, or perhaps, I mean, honestly, this is just my opinion. If you're curious, go out there and try it for yourself. In my opinion, at the very least, you'll probably, if you like Burger King nuggets, then you'll enjoy this, at least on a flavor level. Heat-wise, your mileage may vary from mine. This could also be like a week batch. You never know with the franchise stores. That's my review. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, share, stalk me, and I'll see you next time. Laters.